This podcast is brought to you by the Foundation for World Harmony and by Visor.ai.
Come with me to discover the transformative power of kindness and the joy it brings. Join me as we explore every Monday morning simple yet profound ways to elevate your happiness, one gesture at a time.
Wow, fantastic baby, dance. I'm gonna dance. Fantastic baby.
Welcome to another episode of No, that's not the show. That's the other show. Welcome to another episode of The Complete Guide to Happiness. What can I tell you? By the way, there's no takeovers in life. I know in television you can say take two. I don't like take two. Because only in third grade are there takeovers. I go with the flow, and if you don't like it, change the channel. There's only about a million other things you could watch, but you're going to want to watch this episode because we've got an ex-beauty queen from Guatemala, one of the most photogenic women in the world in 1988. That was just yesterday. And I want to talk about beauty today, and I did because the interview was pre-recorded. It was fantastic. She is fantastic. And his beauty is, they say it's only skin deep. It's what's inside that counts. And your happiness, if you're happy, you exude it. People will be attracted to you. They'll want to be with you if you're happy. And no one's going to make you happy. Maybe I could help you make you happy and just give you some advice, but you got to make yourself happy. That's the bottom line. So let me throw out a quote that's apropos for today's episode, and it's from Sophia Loren. Boy, was she pretty. And I hope she was as pretty inside. A lot of actresses, they got big egos, and they're not always the kindest person in the world, but it's what's inside that counts. There's so many great sayings out there. And Sophia said, beauty is how you feel inside and how it reflects in your eyes. It's not something physical. And yes, I agree completely. Am I pretty? No, I'm not pretty. I'm pretty good inside, though. Pretty kind inside, I think. Any rate, and of course, my quote to go along with it: the face and body are the book cover. It's what inside that makes you fantastic. And I want you to be fantastic. I want you to join the kindness revolution. I want you to be part of this, that as of today, as 12,300 fantastic people like Mariluz, who you're going to meet in a minute. And on this episode, I think it's number 41, maybe 42, we've had some really fantastic ambassadors. I mean, if you take the time to watch these episodes, and please comment and please text me and let me know, give me some advice if you like. Probably won't take it because I can only be me. I can't be anyone else. People say you should do it like this, you should do it like that. I made 2,300 videos on YouTube. Yeah, they're too long. Another person says, why aren't they long enough? You can't make everyone happy. Even if there was peace on earth, there'd be a lot of unhappy people because those are the people the greedy people, and they want more for themselves. They don't want to share it. Imagine if everyone shared. Someone sent me a great thing today. Also, I want to mention on forgiveness. How many people out there aren't forgiving their loved ones for a stupid argument, for a mistake they might have made? We all make mistakes in life. I made a lot of mistakes, and I hope that you'll learn from them, from all the videos I posted and all the mistakes I've told you about. Because making the same mistake twice is the definition of insanity. Trying to do the same thing and hoping for a better result. But as long as you're helping people, and I think you're going to find happiness because it comes from helping people. Random acts of kindness is really an amazing thing. And a lot of people don't realize that it comes back to them threefold, not just one for one, threefold. Some people say fivefold, but it just makes you happy to be kind. I don't have to do this show. I don't get paid to do this show. I don't do it for money. Everyone's doing everything for money. No, the kindness revolution is free. FREE. I got to figure out what that stands for. I love acronyms. History will show, because humanity says nothing in life is free. You've heard that all your whole life. This is free. This show is free. Maybe it did cost you some bandwidth. I understand that. But basically, the kindness revolution, and all the programs inside it to spread kindness, the kindness class that you could host, a teacher, a student, or a volunteer could host in front of a group, a school group, a church group, a sports group, whatever. We have the Kindness Club for Kids get-togethers showing kindness and 3 commitments. We've got Face, fantastic art caravans everywhere. Every community has artists. This is promoting art and kindness. That's fantastic. We've got the daily motivational quotes to inspire you and make you smile and maybe reduce your stress. we and a few other programs. We've got the Be Kind Cookie program where you can sell cookies and make some money for yourself, or make some money for your charity, or your school, or your foundation, or whatever. A heart-shaped cookie with the words "Be Kind" will sell. I promise you, it will sell. So that's another one. There's a whole list of them, and you can find that list on worldkindnesslist.com, where you can join the Kindness Revolution for free, and you can join one of our 800 plus WhatsApp groups for free, and you could help if you want for free. Because don't expect I'm going to pay you. There's 12,300 volunteers, because it's free. If we're charging for it, then that'd be one thing, but we're not. Anyway, let's get to the interview. She is fantastic. It was a wonderful interview. I think you'll love it. Please watch it, like it, share it, because she has some really great knowledge coming from a beauty queen, a runway model, all the wonderful things she's done in her life. She's got a great heart, and that's what makes people fantastic, a great heart. And whatever you're doing that makes you happy, if this watching this show, sharing this show, that makes you happy, keep doing it. Okay, let's get to the interview. Enough of me talking. You'd rather watch Mariluz, beauty queen, than I'm sure. And then, of course, after the interview is a cooking episode, and after that, it's me saying goodbye, and then and I'll see you next week. Talk to you later. Well, everyone, as promised, I've got the beautiful Mariluz Aguilar here, and she's from Guatemala City. And she is, well, as you know, we're going to talk about beauty inside and out, and she has both of those. She was Miss Guatemala 1988. We're going to talk a little bit about that. That must have been some fantastic memories. She was Miss Photogenic Person of the World, or Woman of the World, at Miss World contest in 1988. So she had a really good year in 1988, I would say. And that was a very great year. I love that number 8. She was a runway fashion model for over a dozen years. Today, she is a investor. She has Airbnbs and some properties. And she's a fantastic mom, a daughter, and a friend. How fantastic is that? Welcome to the complete guide to happiness.
Well,
Yeah.
thank you so much. I'm happy to be here.
I'm happy you're here. Now, and you're technologically challenged, so it's a miracle that you were able to click on the link and get here. I'm so happy. So
Thank you
my
for
first question, Mariluz, is
Yes.
how do you define happiness?
Oh, well, happiness for me is when everyone I love and the world and friends are happy. So if everyone is happy, I'm happy. That's what I tell everyone I love. If you're happy, I'm happy.
That's nice. What did you do today that made you happy?
Well, today I went to visit a friend that is visiting from Israel, and she wanted me to come over to visit her. So even though I had a lot of work to do, and today is payment day in Guatemala, is the last day of the month, so I have to pay my workers and make them happy. So
I
I
was going
went
to
to
say that must have made them very happy.
Yes, yeah, very, very happy. I love my workers. They're part of my family. Like if I make them happy, I am happy because they have families that they love and they have to feed. So if every person in the world that has a business pays a good salary, and that makes people very happy.
You
Money
know
is
this.
not money is to share.
And that's beautifully put. And I always say that the three commitments that you're part of, the kindness revolution, the second one is be kind to all others. And literally, what you're doing stops greed. Because if we pay everyone a fair wage, we won't have the corporate and personal greed that's out there. And so that's how we get rid of greed, is by sharing your money. And there's 17 families in the world that own all the money. They own the banks, they own the politicians, they own the media, they own everything, and they own us, unfortunately.
Yeah, no, we're here for a very, very short period of time. I mean, if we really think the day we are born and how we grow and how fast it goes, as soon as we finish this, it's over. So the moment that we're in this lifetime, we have to give, we have to share, we have to make people happy, we have to make the world happy, we have to plant trees, we have to serve, we have to feed the poor. And I don't really like to call them the poor, because sometimes they must be happier than we are, because
Well, I've
they
been around
live.
the world. I've been around the world, and I found the poorer the people, the happier they are.
Yes, they are. I grew up in a farm in Cuyotenango, Mazatenango, which is in the south coast of Guatemala. My father used to have a farm there. And those were the most happiest years of my life, was since I was born until I was 6 years old. And we lived by the river, and we went on our horse or we walked, and I played with the neighbors, the Mayan neighbors, and everything was so simple and so happy. Make tortillas, and there was no electricity in that farm, and there was no running water. It was a whale, and it really, really was very beautiful. And those people were the base of my life growing there, and I based everything on those 6 years.
That's wonderful. My second parents, my step parents, were very poor. We lived in a commune that didn't have water or electricity. So, and we were very happy, very happy.
Yes, yes. The more things we acquire, is the more problems we get. We have to every year try to give away things that we don't use anymore, share things, share our table with people that come over to have lunch at least once a week. We should get people to come to our dining table to have lunch with us or dinner and share. Everything is about sharing and working hard. We have to work hard. We have to make money. We have to take care of ourselves first, to see that we have everything to eat, we have a good health, we enjoy ourselves, but we also have to share.
Yeah, one man's junk is another man's treasure.
Exactly. Yes, yes. We cannot accumulate. We have to always be giving, giving, giving. It has to
Well,
move. It's an energy. Money and friendship and love is an energy. We have to move it, move it, move it. It cannot be in one place or in the bank or in an armoire. It has to go. It has to be shared.
well, I've been traveling for 5 years now on my own, by myself, with the Kindness Revolution. And, sometimes I'm there for a length of time, and then I start to accumulate a few things. And I've been here now almost 2 years, and I've accumulated too much. But one gentleman was leaving Guatemala after, I think, 20 years here, because his place was sold or whatever. He was renting, and he had a swing set. But before the swing set, I was thinking to myself in my backyard where I have a beautiful garden, God, it'd really be great to have like a little, like a couch or a chair back here to sit here and philosophize and enjoy my garden. Because I'm a manifester, and the three commitments are manifestation in its essence. So I was thinking, God, it would be great. And not a few days later, he gives me his swing set.
Wow! You see, wow, that's wonderful. You manifested it.
I manifested it.
We also manifest the right people for us. If we're happy, if we're sharing, we manifest the same people to come to us, because we are mirror to each other. So when we have new friends, these friends we have manifested, accepted because of our attitude, because of the way we are, the way we think, and the way we speak, because we have to manifest also with our voice, with writing. We can write what we want, and we can think. And all this has to be aligned, the way we think, the way we speak, and the way we feel and act. It has to be aligned.
100%. 100%.
Mhm.
You are a
Yes.
great ambassador of kindness.
Uh, Hope to be. It's a big
And everybody,
responsibility.
Mariluz, she's the only one that visited me in the hospital. Well, actually, the second person that visited me, which was very kind of her. I spent 2 weeks in hell, basically in and out of the hospital, but it's all over. Time heals all wounds. But she's agreed to be and help me form an NGO for Guatemala.
I'm very honored. Yeah, thank you.
And I
Yeah, I'm very
recently with the mayor's office, and they're going to give me us, because she's going to be my translator if she's available, at least 4 schools to start with. They're going to let us use the park for our face events, it's fantastic art caravans everywhere, which promote art and kindness. And this can be replicated, and we've already proved concept, in every community on the planet. Every community has a few artists. Those artists want to showcase their art, and they want to basically sell their art. And of course, when you host it at a venue, a restaurant, or a mall, they get traffic, which is a new business. So everybody wins, and it's free. Isn't that fantastic?
Yes, that's amazing. Yeah, so much to do. The more we serve the people, because we are only one in this whole universe. Everything is together because everything is energy. So there's only one. When we serve and love someone else, we're serving ourselves. We're giving to ourselves.
Which makes
When
us
we
happy.
love someone, we're loving ourselves. When we hate someone, we're hating ourselves. When we don't give someone that they need and we can give, then we're not giving to ourselves. So everything is energy, and we are mirrors of each other.
Well, kind people attract kind people.
Exactly. Yes. And that's why we need good friends. We need people that are positive. We need people that are happy, that are giving and loving. And if we act like that, if we are that, then that people will come to us. Like you came to me.
You got it. I also want to report to everyone that the hospital that I was at, Obras del Social Hermano Pedro, is a wonderful facility. It is amazing. It's a city block of kindness, basically. And as I sit there for a week, I got to contemplate, which I do quite often, actually every day. And I do know that there's around 100 to 200 people every day sitting there for hours, because I've done it myself, waiting, which is a bit of anxiety for a lot of people. It's certainly not fun. It's boring, and it's stressful. So I came up with a hospital waiting room plan. I don't know if that's the right title for it yet, and they have endorsed it. They love the plan, and we're in the middle of negotiations because it's free. Again, everything that we do is free. The face is free. The kindness class curriculum is free. The kindness club for kids is free. Everything we do is free. And that's one of the problems because people don't respect free. But history will show that we're the first thing that's free on the planet, because there's a saying that goes, nothing in life is free. But they like the plan because we're going to set up some tables. We're going to donate some paper and pens and crayons for the kids, for the adults, because I don't care if you're 80 years old and you have to sit there for 4 hours. You're going to pick up a piece of paper and doodle or draw or create or complain. Maybe you're going to write a complaint. I don't know, but it's at least because when you talk to someone, like this conversation here is going to go very fast because we're enjoying it and we're talking. People have blinders on, and they'll sit in an airplane for 8 hours and not even talk to the person next to them. We're connected. So if you've ever seen a restaurant that has communal seating, that's where it's not a table for two or four or six. It's a long table, and strangers eat with strangers, which is fantastic because you're probably going to meet someone, because you're sitting next to someone with a meal, you're probably going to say hello. Hopefully. That's the concept behind the tables in the waiting rooms. Now, I'm hoping it doesn't take up much room. That's their only concern, and I don't think it will, the way I've got it planned. And we're going to supply the paper and writing materials, and they're going to pass the time doodling and having fun. It's fantastic.
Yes, it's fantastic. And yes, we're gonna need donations at least of crayons and paper and pencils and aquarels from all our friends. I believe that if we tell this to everyone, our friends, our closest people, everybody can donate a little box of crayons and we can bring it,
And
so they, we might get fundraisers to helping the kids. And hopefully we're going to meet all these other orphanages of this place. They told us that we can go meet the children.
they
Remember?
want to,
Maybe.
they want me to speak to the children, yeah. Because I was an orphan at 10, so I can relate. But I guarantee you, everyone listening here, everyone listening has in their garage, in their attic, in their basement, in their junk drawer, crayons and pens and pencils and paper, even probably that they haven't used in years. So
Yes.
again, one man's trash is another man's treasure. And this hospital is one of the top 3 hospitals in all of Guatemala. And surgeons from all over the world fly in on their own dime to have the honor of serving Antigua. And I'm very proud of this program. I think it's going to be I know it's going to be a very big success.
Yes, I know it too. And it's a great, fantastic idea.
Well, when you have all the time in the world to try to figure out how to save our planet from the insanity of humanity, and I've been a pretty creative guy my whole life. In the trades, my foster father taught me the trades, so I'm a polymer, carpenter, electrician, mason. I could do with anything with tools. Basically, I think I just lost my train of thought there. But I'm creative. They call me MacGyver because I could take junk and make it work into something, because I do eco art, which is another one of our things that we teach the kids. Because when you do eco art, you take trash, pick up trash from the streets, which is exercise, commitment 1, being kind to yourself. You paint it, which is commitment 1, it's mental wellness, creating is very mentally healthy. And then you have a nice piece of art that you can sell or give away, which is being kind to others. And guess what? Because you picked up trash, commitment 3, you protected the environment. Instead of the trash being in a dump, it's on someone's wall, bringing kindness. It's fantastic.
It's wonderful. And also, we might be able to invite people to come and even paint there with the children, spend some time, talk to them about kindness and about love, about sharing and everything. Everyone can volunteer and come.
Well, my first idea, because I thought I saw a lot of children there. Maybe they were there for the visit, but I was thinking if a child attending there with their parent, they're bored as hell, right, for the hours. So I was thinking we could have a room where all the parents could put their children, and we have volunteers, student volunteers, painters, whatever, volunteer to oversee the children and teach them and show them kindness and get them creating. But I don't think that they allow children at the hospital. So I tell you, we're all kids inside. So I know for a fact that I've sat there for hours. And if I had a pen and paper given to me to create, I'm going to draw something. There's no question about it.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
And
I
a
also
coloring book. They say a coloring book is very therapeutic.
It is. It is. Yeah. Today I went to an event with my friend that I told you that came from Israel, and this event had a girl that was painting faces in to the children, like they were doing some art in the faces of the children with some special paint, and
Right.
all the kids were so happy to get a butterfly painted or a clown's nose painted. It was terrific, fantastic. We can do
Hey,
that. So all the ideas are welcome.
the face painting is a great idea. We can incorporate that into our face. Actually, we can incorporate that in our face events.
Ah,
Face painting,
what a great idea.
of course.
We can do that, definitely. All the artists of the face event could do that because they're all artists. We
Yeah.
just bring, that would be fun.
It's just you need a certain kind of paint. It's a washable, non-toxic paint. I'll paint a face in a heartbeat because I've never done it before, but I guarantee you that person's gonna look great.
That's true. You're fantastic. You look very good and very happy and healthy. I'm happy for you because you just came last week out of the hospital, but you're there already working on doing everything fantastic. I'm so proud of you. You're
Well,
admirable.
a lot of people ask me why I didn't tell them I was in the hospital. I'm not one to share negative news. There's enough of that on the news. I want to share kindness. But it was kind of weird being admitted because I thought I was going in for an outpatient surgery. And then all of a sudden they said, no, you're going to be here for at least 3 days. And I said, where's my phone? And I didn't have my phone for the first 3 days. So no one knew where I was
Oh my goodness. Wow. I did. And a person that work all the time on the phone because that's where you work.
all
It
the
was,
time for the last 5 years, every day and night.
I can see it. Yeah.
So it gave me
Well,
time to think. I did. They did. I asked for a papel, and papel and pen, whatever, paper and pen. And so I did some writing. Unfortunately, I left the writing there when I left. Because
yeah, because you're a great, you do poetry, very beautiful. I sing your poetry,
thank you
art.
very much. Write songs, do poetry.
Yeah, if we do everything out of our heart, if it comes
Right.
from our heart, it's so positive and it's such a beautiful, loving energy that we can give to the world.
Yeah.
Think
Um,
heart.
I just want to throw out before I forget, August 15th, we're going to have a streaming workshop on kindness with stakeholders. It's originating in physicalness in Nigeria, Maiduguri in Nigeria, where we have an NGO. And it's going to be a very good hands-on workshop to come up with more ideas to spread kindness with our stakeholders. So that'll be fun.
Oh, I love our brothers there of Nigeria. They're so beautiful, beautiful people. I'm so happy we have them.
Welcome to the Be Fantastic channel, where you will find many fantastic interviews with amazing people,
Visit the top world museums,
incredible zoos,
beautiful national parks.
special events, and much more.
These videos are designed to educate,
Inspire.
motivate, and entertain you.
We hope you will enjoy them.
Join the Be Fantastic philosophy.
Please subscribe.
Like and share.
So I love meeting people and I love interviewing people because everyone has a fantastic story. Everyone does, whether they believe it or not. A lot of people say, "Nah, I don't have a nice story." I go, "Trust me, you do." We all because there's 8 billion stories out there, and we've got 12,000, almost three. Today we'll have 12,300 ambassadors, and at one a week, that's about 400 years of interviews. But it's fun, and you have a storied past. One of the things I want to talk about in this episode is it's our society is sick. There's too many wars and violence and greed and poverty and all the bad things. And unfortunately, we care too much what other people think. So when I talk about beauty, and you're a beauty queen, beauty is on the outside. I call it a book cover. You see a beautiful body and a beautiful face, and it's a beautiful book cover. But what you're hoping for is when you open the book, that the inside of the book is as beautiful as the book cover. Because, it's all about money. So you're going to sell something on the outside that maybe is not on the inside. As an example, on the internet, they'll show on Instagram, let's say a beautiful woman, and you open it up and it's a piece on disaster or whatever. They're sucking you in with beauty. Now, you have gone through, a full life with children and a marriage. God rest your husband. He passed away, I'm told. Um, we all pass, like you said. We don't know how much time we have. My parents died in their 30s. I was 10 years old, so we gotta enjoy every day. And to me right now is all that matters. Not my past, not tomorrow. Right now with you, and hopefully people will learn from what you've already said and what you're about to say, because you've seen the pretense of putting on. In other words, women, I saw a picture one time of 16 women. Someone sent me a photograph of these 16 women. Of course, they are all frowning, they're all wearing regular clothes, and their hair wasn't done, and they had no makeup, and they looked pretty bad. I mean, really, really bad. And the same 16 women were made up with beautiful outfits, the hair, the makeup, maybe the push-up bra or whatever. They looked stunning. And so my foster father always said, before you marry a woman, give her a good bath. Okay. So, and as you might know, that poor people dress up. They put on fancy clothes and they save up and spend a lot of money. Like I was watching Saturday Night Fever the other day. It's all about putting on, showing off and trying to build your ego, right? And that's what society is about. And I'm not happy with it, but that's part of society. So the poor people will dress up and the rich people will dress down because they've already got self-confidence. They know that they have a meal and they're not stressed about life and they can just be themselves. That's the thing about love and marriage and relationships, is to be honest, to be yourself from the get-go. Don't put on a pretense for 10 years and then say, okay, now we've been together 10 years, we're married now, we have a couple kids, I'm going to start being myself. And then the person says, who's this? Well, it's been 10 years we've been together, so I'm going to be myself now. I didn't marry that person. It's like, be yourself, be honest. Be true, because not everyone's going to like an old bald guy, right?
Also in fashion, even when I was a teenager, I used to make my own fashion. Like because raising a farm, I started to wear cowboy boots with my jeans and shirt. And, I didn't go with the fashion of the 80s. I went with my own fashion, because I like to be, and you have to be the best authentic that you can in this life. And also the simplest, don't put on so much makeup or don't put so much jewelry or so much. You don't have to spend a lot of money just being looking good and clean and happy.
If you love yourself, someone will love you.
Yes, exactly. If you
So
love
I want you to talk to the girls out there, maybe the teenagers that want to be on a beauty pageant, that want to experience that. It's probably, I'm sure it was a life learning experience to go through that. But if you can give some stories, maybe give some advice to people that want to enter the beauty, the runway, the fashion industry, what would you say to them?
Well, I would say to them that I went there with all my power to win. Because if you're going to do something, you're going to do it the best of your ability, with all the power, all the intention, everything you have to put it out there. It could be a beauty contest, it could be getting a job, it could be opening a first business. Whatever you do in life, you have to go, but first you have to believe in yourself, you have to be strong, you have to be powerful, and all that energy that we all have inside, because it's a huge energy we have inside here in the part of our heart, in our mind. We're powerful beings. Human beings are powerful. We're not anything simple. We're really, really powerful. So if we take that power and we go with confidence and set of mind, we can achieve anything we want in life, anything. And we have to be authentic. And we have to do it with our heart, with our true heart. So that's how I did it when I was 18 years old. I've been doing modeling in a runway for a few years already, since I was 13. So I knew what I was doing, but I brought the power into it. I brought the power, I brought the confidence, And the judges saw that confidence. So that's what makes you win or be successful in anything you do. So
How
that's
did
my
how did you find the inner strength to love yourself? Did you get a lot of love from parents? That probably helped because I don't know about that.
Well, we all go through our ups and downs in childhood and in when we're teenagers, especially. I went through very big hardships. My parents were not together. I was the last one to be born of a marriage of my parents of three children. I came 17 years after my first sister and 13 years after my brother, who passed away already. My dog is crying. Don't cry. Come, come, come. My dog is crying. She's putting up a tantrum. So anyway, last one, it was not easy. My father had to go work in the farm, and I went with him. And then they brought me back to the city when I was 6 years old, and it was a big, big uh, clash of being in a farm, coming to the city and going to a school with it was a three-language school, German, English, and Spanish. It was the Austrian school. It was very, very strict. Teachers were amazing, but they were very strict. So for me, it was very hard for my self-esteem, not having uh, a mother and a father there to take care of me. Like my friends, they had like a lunchbox, a clean lunchbox. I sometimes, my father was very old. He had me when he was 56 years old. So by the time I was growing, he was always, much older than me. And he was a man. He did the best he could, but sometimes I would take an empty lunchbox or a dirty lunchbox. I remember one time I opened my lunchbox and all these ants were coming out because we forgot to clean the lunchbox during the weekend. So I closed it away because my friends were there and they had these beautiful packed sandwiches inside their beautiful lunch boxes. And I had these ants, so I stayed, without eating that lunch break. But one of my friends, who's we're still very good friends, Amy, she shared her lunchbox with me because she saw that I didn't have something to eat that day. And so it was very hard for me because my parents sometimes were busy, so I had to go to an aunt or to somebody else to take care of me. My mother had to work very hard, and there was this very kind Jewish man. The boss of my mother was he let my mother work with her. She used to run a shoe store, and this very kind to her, you can bring your daughter every day as long as she can be raised here in the shoe store. So I was raised there with my mother in the shoe store of this wonderful man. And I learned a lot. I learned how to sell shoes. I learned not to judge people, and because you could see people that dress beautiful to come and buy these Italian shoes. And I could see people that came in a very simple dress or outfit and they also bought the shoes. So I said, well, I shouldn't judge. Anybody can buy shoes. So I learned a lot. I learned a lot
Judging
when,
people by their appearance is
yes,
incorrect. Yeah.
yeah, that's the first rule I learned in the shoe store. You cannot judge people of how they dress. Anybody can come and may surprise you to buy very expensive shoes. So that was the first lesson, not to judge. And then, so I grew up there. And when I was 13, I went to the boss's office of my mother's boss, to his office. And I said to him, I would like to get a job, not just be here, spending the time. I thank you, but I also want to get the vacation job, because I'm on vacation right now. I would like to be here with your clients. And he said, how can a 13-year-old help me? Tell me. I said, well, I learned German and English, and my mother doesn't speak German and English. So if you give me the job, I can attend to all the tourists that come to the store, because the store was right in front of the Camino Real. So it was in front of a hotel. So there was a lot of people in those days, a lot of Germans used to visit. So I said, I can help out with the German. So he saw that I was this girl that wanted, to improve, to learn, to work. So he said, I'll give you the job because you're a very intelligent girl. And you had the guts to come here and ask me for a job. Just because of that, I'm going to give you an opportunity. And he
That's
gave me an
fantastic.
opportunity. Yes, it was fantastic. Yeah.
It's having
So
confidence. Confidence is really important. And so many people are afraid to fail, FAIL. And to me, that stands for first attempt in learning. And if you didn't ask that guy, he doesn't know you wanted to work there. All people can do is say no or yes. And luckily he said yes, you know?
yeah, he was amazing. And I worked with him for many years. I worked for him in vacation time. And then later on, I moved out and I started to work for other shops. And then they saw that I could be a model because I was a tall girl at 13. And they needed a model one time in one of these boutiques. It was another boutique in front of Camino Real, very nice ladies that became my bosses. And they said, would you like to model for us? We're one short of the models. And they knew I was 13, but they needed it. And I, instead of saying, no, I don't know how to do this, I said, yes, I would love to. And I had no idea how to walk with high heels or to put makeup on. But they taught me, and there was a hairdresser there, and he said, I can teach you. After I close my hairdresser salon, I can put on the shoes for you and teach you how to walk in the runway. So we spent several days walking and doing this, and I learned. And then I guess also another thing is you have to be courageous. If you're courageous in life, if you have courage, then you can do anything. Anything can be achieved si eres valiente. Esa es la palabra en español, valiente.
Well, fear is false expectations appearing real. And I've never had any fear in my life. And the thing about taking a job, and people are so afraid of it that they think they have to go to school for this or that. But I promise you, if you went to a school for something and then you get a job like a runway person, no matter what, they're going to show you how to do the job. So it's really being courageous enough to say, yes, I can do that. And having the confidence to try and not be afraid to fail and not have the fear.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, even if you don't know what you're doing, you can always learn, you can always find out. And nowadays that we have AI, inteligencia artificial, or we have the all the Google and everything, you can always look and you can always try your best and do it. Never say no
Yes.
to an opportunity. Always say yes. The word
Always say yes.
that you didn't do it so well, but you can do it better and better every time after that.
Yes. Yes. Just have the courage to say yes.
Yes, exactly. There was a time that I was in a TV commercial during those years, and the makeup artist didn't come. And I happened to have a lot of makeup in my bag, because I like to carry, because it was in my business in those days was always had to do with makeup. So I said to the producer, I can paint, I can do the faces of the girls, of the models. And because they were so worried that they will have to do another day the commercial, and that cost a lot of money. And I said, no, I can do it. I never did it before, but I did it that day, and I did my best, and I guess it was fine.
And there's
Yeah.
some tricks to that, I mean, because the light and everything. But again, it's better to have some makeup because of the shininess of the skin than to have no makeup. And you save that person a lot of money. Did they pay you?
No, I didn't charge. I did that for helping the TV commercial to be produced, because I was in the TV commercial also. That
Oh,
I, but just the makeup artist didn't come that day. But I
oh.
job. They didn't throw me out.
So you didn't become a makeup artist from that gig. Okay, that's okay.
No, no, I didn't. No. And then later on, that's when I did the Miss World pageant.
And now winning that, what was that like? I mean, it must have been quite exhilarating.
That was amazing. When I went to the Teatro Nacional de Guatemala, Miguel Ángel Asturias, it was an amazing event. The theater was full because McCann Erickson, which is a production company for publicity and commercials, was the one that offered to make the pageant, because they were looking for models, and models in those days were very escasos. How you say escasos? Very few. So McCann Erickson decided to talk to the Hyundai, and they say, well, if you give us a car for this pageant, we'll give you TV commercials. Went to the best jewelry places and the best clothing places and cruises and all that to get all the prices that we needed. So I had a friend of mine that worked in the publicity company, McCann Erickson, and she said, Mariluz, why don't you join us? Join the pageant. You have a lot of experience in this. And also they're giving away a car. I said, oh my God, I need a car. And so to tell you the truth, the car was that moved me. I didn't know anything else, but I really needed a car. And so I took my family. Well, we went through a process of 200 people selection first, and then they took like 25 out of those. And I think it was about 15 that came into the theater. I don't remember very well. I have to go through my notes, but I brought my family to the theater, which was my brother, my brother's wife, my father, and my mother, and my boyfriend in those days. A boyfriend, a special friend. It was not really a boyfriend, just a special friend. And that was my public. But some people had half the theater as a public. Some people, 50 or 100 people there. Wow. I had 5 people with me. So when the pageant started to get at the end, where there was only the 5 less, the 3 finalists, then all the people that were not into the 5 or 3 finalists, their public became my public. So instead of having 5 people, I had the rest of my friends.
Wow.
That what they brought, they were cheering for me. So that was exciting because I had all these people cheering for me.
Right.
It was really, really fantastic. And there was Anne Margaret and me, my friend, and another girl. We were the 3 finalists. And that moment that we were holding hands and we were so close together, so we became bond, by being together for 3 months. We were really bond, and we were very good girls. We didn't want the other one to not be the queen. It's very hard when only one has to win. And it was in our heart of the 3 of us holding hands, looking at each other's with tears in our eyes, that we really didn't want to let the other down. So it was a very special moment. And then when I won, they were so nice to me. They hugged me, and it was really meaningful and very truthful friendship. It was very, very beautiful. And then my mother, here's a funny one. My mother said to me, oh, Mariluz, please, if you win, promise me not to cry, because I hate when the girls are crying on stage and the makeup runs down, and don't cry. And guess who was crying when I won? My mother was crying.
And you won a car. What kind of car?
It was a Hyundai, a black Hyundai of 2 doors. It was a small sedan, 2-door car. I loved my car. It was a beautiful. The Hyundai people were so nice to me. They made a party for me. They gave me the car. They put me in the news. I came out in the news receiving all these prizes. And since I was a farm girl, I always was very humble when I spoke. When they were giving me the prizes, I didn't realize, but I was saying, oh my gosh, I'm sorry. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you. Oh, I'm sorry, because I was feeling sorry that they had to spend the money in me, you know. So it was like a comedy to hear me speaking, receiving all these prizes, you know.
That's
And since
wonderful.
I got wealthy, you know, it was really amazing to receive all these prizes. It was overwhelming,
Well,
overwhelming.
that reminds me of a little story I'd like to share with you. I was a teenager at the time in Los Angeles, and there was a show, a national television show that was a big hit called The Dating Game.
Uh-huh.
Have you ever heard of it?
No? Can you repeat the name of the
The
game?
Dating Game.
Ah, dating game.
The Dating Game.
Uh-huh.
Dating. You know, when you date someone, you go on a
Oh,
date.
I see. Yeah. I
And it
get it
was a
now.
national live TV show the whole America would watch, and they would have one girl, obviously a single girl, and behind the curtain were three boys, and she would ask them questions, and they would answer, and she would choose without looking at them which one to go on a date with.
Ah,
Big hit. So whenever the girls would apply, because I didn't apply, the guys would ask the producers, "Do you know any boys that would be good for the show?" And I guess a bunch of girls said there's this guy named Monte, and he would be great for the show because he's a big flirt or whatever, right? And they kept calling me. And I said, "No way, no way." They kept calling me and calling me. So finally I said, "Okay." And they said, "Well, you have to audition." I go, "Ah, come on." So I went down for the audition, and you play a practice game, right? And I won that one, or I did well. And then they said, "You got to come back for the second audition." I go, "Oh, come on, come on." So this story relates to what you said about winning, because when I finally decided to go on the show, I said, "I'm not going to lose. I'm not going to go on national television and lose." Because that's just my character, right? So I started watching the show because I never did, and I realized that the girl and probably everybody is so nervous because it's how many people are used to live national television exposure. So I realized that she really didn't even hear the answers because she's probably thinking about her next question. So I
ah,
realized that if I'm going to win it, I've got to win it on the hello, right? So
oh,
I
wow.
practiced fantastic hellos.
Ah,
You gorgeous woman, blah, 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 all these kind of ways of impressing on a hello. And then finally, I only had three friends, not as many as you had in the crowd. It was a live crowd too. Live crowd, live national television, okay? And I can see my friends in the front and they're like, oh, like teasing me already. And I was bachelor number one. There was three bachelors, right? So they go, so Jim Lang is the host and he goes, "Bachelor number one, say hello to Debbie." So here's the moment, right? And
uh-huh.
I went, "Hello, precious." And everybody reacted like you just did. The whole audience went nuts. And probably
Oh,
everyone at home. And even Jim Lang was going, "Oh my goodness." Like he never heard such a great hello. And then
wow.
finally it all dies down. And they say, "Bachelor number two, say hello to Debbie." And of course, "Hi, Debbie." And bachelor number three, "Hello, Debbie." Right? And I won.
That's fantastic.
I
I
didn't
love your
win
story.
a car. I won a television set. I won a 3-day weekend, all expense paid on 3 speedboats to Catalina Island. And I won a case of popcorn that lasted me about 3 years. So
Wow, you're
that
amazing.
their story reminded me about wanting to win and being in front of a crowd.
You have to give your best, the best you have, everything. That's when you win. And
Yeah.
if you don't win, at least you had a great time and you feel
I have no
satisfied.
stress in my life because I don't
Yeah,
care what happens. It's
yeah,
going to happen. You're going to
yeah,
win. You're not going to win.
exactly.
The bachelor number two fell in love with Debbie when he saw her. Because what they do is after I won, two comes out and says hello, and three comes out and says hello, and they go off stage, right? And then
Uh-huh.
I come out and meet her, right? He fell in love with her, and I heard that he called her for a year before she would accept a date. And I think they ended up together. I'm not sure.
Wow, that's amazing. I love that story. So
I
you're,
got more stories than Carter has pills, young lady.
yes, yeah, that's true. Yeah, me too. We have to get together again and do this interview with more stories.
Sure, sure.
Yeah.
You know, it's a great format because it's about kindness, and kindness leads to happiness. You know, I
Yes.
don't know how many kind people out there aren't happy. By the way, the thing I sent you about the girl going to heaven, you probably didn't have time to watch it. Oh my goodness. It was about forgiveness. And too many
Oh,
people live their life without forgiving a loved one.
yeah.
Religion comes between loved ones. Politics comes between loved ones. A stupid argument could cost you a relationship for 20 years from a family member. I was an orphan, and when people hate their parents, I go, "Do you know how blessed you are to have a parent at your age?"
Yeah. Or children. There's mothers or people that don't talk to their children
Terrible,
for years. They're
terrible,
grown-up children. Yeah.
terrible.
Uh-huh. Terrible.
Forgiveness.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
must forgive.
We must forgive because guess who we are not forgiving?
Ourselves.
Ourselves.
See, I call it the blame game. It's easier to fail than to succeed. So people blame their parents, they blame the economy, they blame their color of their skin, they blame their environment, they blame everything and
Yeah.
everyone except,
Themselves.
yes.
Yeah. First, you have to fix yourself in order to judge anybody else.
Well, there's a saying, I give speeches all the time, and you have to love yourself unconditionally because you come first. Not only people, it's not selfish to come first, it's smart to come first because if you're not alive, well, or happy, you can't be of service to your God, your country, your company, your family, or yourself. There's an analogy, and I say this all the time, and I'll say it again because some people are just watching for the first time. When you're on an airplane, they say if the oxygen mask drops, put it on first, then help others.
It's true. Yeah. And I wish they would teach that in schools. We need to change the way we teach our children. There must be
We are.
teachers, people
You and
like
me are
you.
going to.
Yes, we are. That's another thing we are gonna do. One of our goals is going to talk to all the schools, the principals, the children, the teachers, and try to give motivational, uh, loving speeches so
Well,
that we
it's
can
teaching
the world.
people how to be kind to themselves, others in the
Yes,
planet, and
yes,
why they should be kind to themselves, others in the planet. So we teach the children, but guess what else we do? We remind the elders
exactly,
because money
exactly.
gets in the way. Money gets in the way every time.
Yes, it's our mission. We have to make a list. We have so much to work in this lifetime. We have to so much responsibility to things we have to do for for everyone. Yeah.
Yes. You are the perfect ambassador of kindness. I'm so happy to have you on board.
Oh, thank you so much. I'm honored to be here with you, and I admire you so much. You're an amazing man, an amazing person, and I'm glad to have known you and to know you now and to be able to work with you. We have lots of things to do.
And I have lots more stories for you.
Yeah, yeah. We'll definitely do another interview.
Okay. So have a fantastic evening. Everyone, when you say the word fantastic, it's an act of kindness because it makes you smile, which
Yeah.
releases stress, anxiety, and depression. And they say
Wow.
70% of people are depressed, but it also makes the other person either smile or laugh, which
Yes.
and a smile makes you look and feel fantastic. It's say it.
Yeah.
Words matter. Words affect water. We're water. So you must say kind words like I love you and have a fantastic day and thank you and please and you're welcome and all the things, kind words, because words can cure, words can kill, words can harm, and words can heal. So we need
Yeah.
to watch the words we say. Mothers always say, think before speaking. Who doesn't?
That's true.
No, I don't even do that. I don't think before speaking.
Another thing that I want to say is that we have forgotten, at least probably more in United States, not that much in Guatemala, we have to say good morning. Say good morning to people, even if you don't know them.
No, you
Give
have
a
to say
smile.
fantastic morning.
Fantastic morning. Have a fantastic evening. Oh, nice
Have a
to meet
fantastic
you,
day.
and really meaning it,
The
and
word good, Mariluz, the
things
word
like
good has
that we have
no
forgotten.
the word
Yeah.
good has no meaning. There's no energy to it. There's no positivity. There's no kindness.
Yes.
Word
Yes.
fantastic means unimaginably great and beautiful. It's a magical
Exactly.
word. It's a magical word.
Yes. Yeah, it is true. It is
I like
true.
the outside shot there you just took us on.
Yeah, I wanted to show you my little patio with my flowers.
Wow.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
this was just a cement patio because I live in the middle of the city in Guatemala, but my mother and I, we love flowers, so we decided to plant and bring flowers. Here's my mother.
Hey,
This is my
mamá. Buenos días.
Habla español. Sí, habla
Así.
español un poquito.
Mucho.
Yeah.
Mucho, piquito,
Yeah, this
más o menos.
His wonderful mother told me to be the right person, straight and good, and a good heart, and serve others, and don't discriminate people, love everyone. She's the one that taught me all that, and my wonderful father who is in heaven.
And you still have a mother. You're such a lucky woman.
Yeah, I'm very lucky. She's 91 and she's so busy. She does everything herself.
Wow.
You know, she feeds herself. She
looks
washes her
70.
clothes. Yes,
She
dice
looks
que para
fantastic.
70. Qué bueno. Yeah. Okay, so this was a fantastic.
Have a blessed night. You are fantastic. I'm going to take you up on the invitation for lunch tomorrow. So I'll jump on a bus in the morning.
Okay.
It might make a lot of sense to spend 2 days together and come back on Friday if you're coming back for Chabad.
Okay. Okay, wonderful. Good to have you over tomorrow. Okay, you're welcome to come. We're happy to have you.
Okie doke.
Okay,
I'll talk to you later on. Bye-bye. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Stop wasting your time on manually editing your videos. The secret AI tool will do the work for you. One of the best things about it is that it gives your video the potential to go viral. Visit this page, sign in, create a project by clicking on this button. Choose a video that you want to use. Click on the AI clip button. Wait for the magic. It is scanning through the video and looking for the parts that has the potential to go viral. Instead of editing the video by yourself, it does the work for you. It even generates headline and captions which fit your video. Another surprise is that they generate video description or social post for you to use. Once done, click Export to post.
Well, it's that time of the show for another episode of Dr. Fantastic Cooks. I have no idea what he's going to pull out of the bag because there's lots to choose from around the world, America, Ukraine, Turkey, Belize, and here in Antigua, Guatemala. So, but I'm sure it'll be something worth watching because if you love cooking. And by the way, we have a Cooking is Fantastic WhatsApp group. You should join it and share your recipes. And today, our newest ambassador from Costa Rica joined the cooking because she's a nutritionalist. So she joined the Cooking is Fantastic group, and that's kind of cool. So enjoy the recipe, share it, and try it, or just watch it and watch me having fun because I drink while I cook and I give some advice while I cook, of course. And it's just having fun, relax, don't judge. I mean, and do I make mistakes? Yes, I make mistakes. We all make mistakes. That's why you have to have a cocktail while you're cooking. So if you make a mistake, it's not so hard, not so bad. So these recipes are delicious, nutritious, economical, fast, and easy. I mean, that's a pretty good combination. So enjoy the recipe. I'll see you at the end of the show. And that's about it, everybody. See you in a little bit. Dr. Fantastic Cooks. If you like eggs and you like pancakes, check out this new invention of mine. I'm not sure what to call it yet. Okay, a small batch of pancake syrup and an egg. Okay, heat the griddle up and make a circle with the pancake batter. Okay, you see that? Whoops, sorry. One camera filming, one hand on the camera. Okay, there you go, there you go. Egg in the middle. Okay,
Okay, so far so good. It seems to be doing. I had it on too high a heat, so don't put it on too high a heat. As you can see, I flipped it over, and I think we have a winner here. And the finished product. You could put a little syrup on the outside and salt and pepper on the inside, or just eat it as is. Well, I hope you enjoyed that little cooking episode. I always like inventing new stuff. Have fun in the kitchen, you know. Get in the kitchen and learn how to cook and just have some fun with it. But as you might know, every day at this time, 8 o'clock in the morning in Egypt, I go on to Facebook and I do a motivational quote. So here's the one I'm going to share today on Facebook. The greatest weapon against stress is our ability to choose one thought over another. It's all in your head. Stress kills. Don't do it. This quote is from William James, an author. So don't stress life. Don't stress it in the kitchen. Have fun with it. You know, if it doesn't come out, hey, it's okay. Have a fantastic day, everyone. Be fantastic. Choose kindness. Let's make 2022 the year of kindness. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, like, and share.
Well, that's the show for this Monday, August 4th, 2025. Can you believe it's August? Where does the time go? I hope you're having a happy year. I hope you had a happy week last week. I hope you had a happy time watching the show. I hope you're happy. I mean, this is the complete guide to happiness. And if you are happy with it, please share it, like it, subscribe, all those kind of good, fun things. There's lots of great episodes here. This one was, I thought, fantastic, as I think they're all fantastic. I mean, am I easy? Maybe I am. But luckily, the Kindness Revolution has a lot of fantastic ambassadors of kindness in it. Mm-hmm. And I'm blessed to have so many wonderful people believe in the vision that there can be peace on our planet if we're all kind. And won't that be a happy time? Okay? So whatever you're doing that's making you happy, keep doing it. I'll see you next week. Hopefully, because you never know when it's your time, you know. And if I'm not here next week, that means I'm not here on the planet, which I would hope that you will carry on the kindness revolution in my honor, in my stead, in my memory, because it's important for your children to love themselves, to love others, and love the planet. And that's our main focus is the children. So we're teaching the children through all our initiatives, and we're reminding the rest of us, be kind. 2 words that save the planet. And be fantastic. Love yourself. When someone says, how are you? Say, I am fantastic. Watch the magic. It is quite amazing. It's transformative. It's revolutionary. It's fantastic. Have a fantastic week, everyone. Be happy.
I met Dr. Fantastic along life's way, and I heard him say, you gotta say, I am fantastic, la la la. I am fantastic. You can feel it if you say it. It ain't a game. You gotta learn how to play it. Fantastic, fantastic. Just listen to the doctor. He's a rocker. He walks around all day. He ain't plastic. He's not sarcastic. He says, I am fantastic.